If you are an international medical student or graduate, then you have to watch this video until the end. The ECFMG has announced that there will be a new exam, more fees, modified eligibility requirements for applying to pathways, and the announcement of their new 6th pathway. So let's discuss these must-know updates. Applicants are eligible to apply for the pathways if they have not already met the clinical skills requirement for ECFMG certification. You are also eligible to apply if you are not barred by the ECFMG or the USMLE, or if you have taken or registered for any USMLE step or step component since January 1st, 2018. So if any of these points apply to you, then you are eligible to apply for the pathways. A huge change or pro or advantage to these modifications to the eligibility requirements is that before ECFMG had listed that if an applicant had 2 or more attempts in a single component, they would not be eligible for the pathway. However, in this update, it seems that this is no longer an issue. So yes, I am saying that based on the updates that they published yesterday, February 16th, applicants with 2 or more attempts on a single component of the USMLE STEP exam, they are still eligible to apply. However, I have to mention that the best way to confirm this is by calling or emailing the ECFMG directly. If you need to apply for one of these pathways, then here are the requirements for ECFMG certification. Applicants must pass Step 1 and Step 2 CK. Applicants must also pass OET. And applicants must also satisfy all other requirements. I know that this last point is a bit vague, however, this is what was explicitly said by the ECFMG, so I have to mention it here so that you are aware of their updates. Now let's take a closer look at pathways 1 through 6 and all of their modifications. If an applicant has a current or recent license to practice, then they can apply through Pathway 1. However, if that applicant has failed Step 2 CS, then they have to apply for another pathway, which we will get into soon. Pathway 2. This appeals to applicants who have completed a standardized clinical skills exam as a requirement for medical licensure or registration in a country other than the United States. And Pathway 3 applies to applicants who have attended a medical school accredited by the World Federation for Medical Education, or WFME. If an applicant's medical school participates in the U.S. Federal Student Loan Program, then they can qualify for Pathway number 4. If you attended a medical school that issues a degree jointly with a U.S. medical school accredited by LCME, then you qualify for Pathway number 5. Now let's take a closer look at the newest pathway, which is Pathway number 6. If you do not meet any of the eligibility requirements for Pathways 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, then you are eligible to apply for Pathway number 6. Or if you have failed Step 2 CS once or more times, then you can also apply for this pathway. However, I must highlight that if there is a passing score or passing performance for the Step 2 CS, there is no need to apply for any of these pathways. So let's say that you did Step 2 CS, but you were not successful in that exam, but you repeated it and then you passed. With this passing score or performance, you do not need to apply for any of these pathways. I will also get into the new requirements for persons who do not need to apply for any of these pathways. And that might be some pretty good news for a lot of people. However, let's say that you have done Step 2 CS only once or twice or however many times, and you are not successful and you have not received a passing score in that exam, then you qualify for pathway number 6. However, to meet the requirements for pathway number 6, there is one thing that every applicant has to do, and that is to be evaluated using the ECFMG's mini clinical evaluation exercise. The ECFMG has announced that this new test or exam will start. However, they have not provided further details of when exactly it will start, or if it will cost anything, and if it does, how much. So if you want to find out the details of that update when it is released, please be sure to subscribe to MD Powerhouse so that you do not miss that video. So I really want to highlight this point, because if applicants apply to the wrong pathway and they pay their $900, the ECFMG won't refund your $900 for you to then reapply to the correct pathway. So it's very important that you understand this. So remember, for pathway 1, that appeals to applicants who have a current or recent license to practice. However, let's say you have a current license to practice, but you have Step 2 CS attempts without a passing score or passing performance. If that applies to you, then you should not apply for pathway number 1. The ECFMG says that if an applicant has attempts and does not have a passing score in the Step 2 CS, then they must apply for pathway 6. If you are enjoying these updates and explanations, please be sure to power up that like button, hit subscribe, and that notification bell. Now let's discuss some very important dates that you need to mark on your calendar. If you require ECFMG certification for the 2022 match, then you must know that in April 2021, the online application process for pathways 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 will be open. So April 2021, pathways 1 through 5, you can apply. However, the online application for pathway number 6 will not be open until July 2021. As you can see, so far we have the month, but we don't have a specific date of when these will open as yet. However, I can promise you that as soon as the exact dates are available, I will post an update. So there are some people that may be able to save $900 because they don't need to apply for the pathways. And these persons are IMGs who are certified by the ECFMG and IMGs with an approved pathway 2021 application, as well as IMGs who have a passing performance on Step 2 CS. Now we have to get into some more important information about the pathways that the ECFMG wants us to know. The first one being that unmatched applicants for the 2021 match season do not have to reapply for pathways. So let's say that an applicant applied for the pathways in this season and they got ECFMG certified. However, they did not match in the main match or in the SOAP. That applicant does not have to reapply to participate in the 2022 match. If you applied to the pathways and received an ECFMG certification that has a 2021 expiration date, that date has now been extended until 2022 if you do not match in the 2021 season. The ECFMG also wants to highlight that if an applicant had applied to a pathway, however, they were rejected, those applicants can reapply for the pathway that they are eligible for. Another thing that the ECFMG wants to highlight is that the application fee to pathways is non-refundable. Guys, basically everything for the ECFMG is non-refundable. So if you apply to the wrong pathway, or if you apply to a pathway and you are rejected, that $900 is gone. So if you are unsure of which pathway that you qualify for, it's better to ask the ECFMG directly just to be sure, or you can also leave your questions, your comments and concerns in the comment section below, and I will be sure to respond. But again, the best source is the ECFMG directly, but I will assist you in any way that I can. Another thing or point that the ECFMG wants to highlight is that they won't be accepting any new pathway applications for the 2021 match. And honestly, guys, this is very unfortunate because if you are an applicant that did not have a passing performance in the Step 2 CS or had more than 2 attempts in a STEP component, then you wouldn't have qualified for the pathways that the ECFMG had before. However, with these changes, you would now qualify. Despite this fact, the ECFMG is saying that they are not accepting any new applications for anyone to potentially participate in the SOAP or apply to a program so that they would be eligible for the SOAP. Another thing that people were concerned about is that if you had a Step 2 CS passing performance, however, you did not pass until your second or third attempt, would this be on your transcript? Well, the ECFMG has said that because the Step 2 CS is a USMLE exam, it's the USMLE that is in charge of creating those transcripts and deciding what is or what is not on those transcripts. So the ECFMG has basically washed their hands of that situation and is saying, hey, if you have an issue with that or have any questions or complaints about your Step 2 CS attempts being on your transcript, then don't contact us. Go ahead and contact the USMLE. And you'd think that I'd be done with all the updates from the ECFMG, but no, there is another important one. So as we all know, in March of 2020, the ECFMG suspended the fees for changing your testing regions because things were just so unstable last year with getting dates and getting dates that actually stuck. However, the ECFMG has announced that on April 1st, 2021, these fees will be reinstated. So if for any reason you have to change your testing region around that time, then you will be charged $85. And if you are an international medical graduate, then you have to fill out Form 312 to request changing your testing region. And that brings us to the end of this video. If you like this content, please be sure to power up that like button so I know what type of content you like to see. And also, please be sure to subscribe to MD Powerhouse and click that notification bell.